But the fact of the matter is that a lot of women have, or are, I was going to say they have been, or they are, exactly as clueless as you guys have experienced yourself up until now as being, if that makes sense. Not all women know how to read facial expressions or read your body language. I don't care what all the pickup gurus of the fluffy hat school tell you. Women are not pre-programmed, perfect entities that are able to... It's almost like they think of women as... I was actually watching 5 minutes of Terminator the other night. And I like the way that he sort of, you know, you've seen Terminator, right? And he sort of scans the environment, and then you get all the data, like up on the screen like that. It's almost as if some of the pickup artists out there that believe that this is how women view the world. That we like look at you and then we sort of calculate and we read your facial expression. It's like, oh, low on self-esteem, because you know that women can pick up on your lack of self-esteem, right? Yeah, I've read that somewhere in a pickup manual. And while that on some level might not be entirely untrue, it's also on another level a complete load of bollocks. Women are not necessarily more emotionally intelligent than men. It's all a question of, I'll get to you in a minute, it's all a question of, first of all, culture and how you were brought up and how was your environment? What kinds of skills did you need, and what kinds of skills have you learned and been taught and taught yourself? And not all women have worked at getting that emotional skill set. And this actually poses quite an interesting issue that I'm sure probably only one or two of you, if that many, have ever thought about. Because think about this. If you as a female, in a Western society, you're brought up with a myth, or you're told what you believe to be the truth, is that women are more emotionally intelligent than men, right? This is what we're told constantly. Like men, not so emotionally intelligent, women really good at reading facial expressions. Women can always tell when you're lying. Can they? Really? How many of you have ever gotten away with like cheating and then gone home and she's like, where were you? Oh, I was out with my mates. And, you know, and she's, oh, okay. You know, of course not. Sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. Somebody actually told me, I don't know if this is true, but somebody told me that the reason why there's so many women in the employed at the LL security is that, you know, it's believed that women have better intuition than men. So I don't know if you know if that's true, but there are lots of women there in the security check. There are actually almost no men. And yeah, whether that's true or not, I have no idea. But fact of the matter is, when you're brought up on that myth, imagine if you guys, this is actually a fun experiment, imagine for a moment that you were brought up both through popular culture, through school, your parents, your friends, everything basically. And you were told that you are emotionally intelligent beings. You have the capability and the skill set of handling your own emotions. You're good at talking about your emotions. You're good at reading other people's emotions. And then imagine that you find yourself in situations where you're not able to understand why some person reacts like he or she does. Imagine that. What would that do to your self-esteem or your identity? That you're told that, well, because I am of this biological gender, I'm supposed to be able to do this, but I'm not. I'm confused. I don't understand what's going on. This is the reality for a lot of the women that you will meet. They think, they've bought the belief set that because they're women, they're supposed to be able to handle their own emotions, they're supposed to understand why you react as you do, and they're almost supposed to be able to read minds, because women are so intuitive. But they can't figure you out. They still can't figure you out. And while that in a